$150,000 with $12,500 virtually guaranteed, actually guaranteed, even if you finish in last place. This is more money you would get for defeating a field of thousands at a Grand Prix or top 8ing at the Pro Tour. It's understandable why people are a little salty about it. Let's go through some of the issues. So, and I think my opinion is going to be a little different than maybe what you might be expecting. The Silver Showcase, Magic's $1 million weekend, August 2nd through the 5th in Minneapolis, Minnesota, is going to be jam-packed with exciting moments. Not only is the city playing host to the Pro Tour's 25th anniversary and an $850,000 three-day tournament featuring our first team format Pro Tour since Charleston in 2006, but it'll also host a very special Magic event featuring 8 players, $150,000, and a Rochester draft. The Silver Showcase highlights players from the Pro Tour's past, present as they revisit beloved old format using booster packs from Magic's first year. Who's playing? Well, we have Raphael Levy. We have Shuhei Nakamura, John Finkel, PVDR, the man that abandoned Magic the Gathering for Hearthstone, Stanislav Siska, David Williams, who abandoned Magic for poker, Jason Chan, a Hearthstone player. You are paying Jason Chan at minimum $12,500 to show up. Let that sink in. You're paying a Hearthstone streamer $12,500 just to show. Because last place all get $12,500. First place gets $35,000. This is not even a competitive. No matter what you're cashing in, at minimum you're walking away with $12,500. This is the highest EV event Magic the Gathering has ever done. And most of the players don't even play Magic. Many of them, I should say. The cards that are drafted will be donated to Child's Play to be auctioned off later this year. Why wouldn't you let the players keep the cards so that you actually have some excitement if you open a Black Lotus and give the money to the charity? I mean, I guess the idea is they're going to raise more than $150,000 by selling these cards, but that's not guaranteed. And what are they going to do with the Black Lotus? Are they going to proxy it? I don't want to buy it played. I want it packed fresh. I want it immediately to get graded. This is a very bad decision. Let's look at some of the hot takes on Twitter. Cedric Phillips. The 8 players in the Silver Showcase will be competing for their share of $150,000. The cards that each player drafts the Silver Showcase will be donated to Child's Play and to be auctioned off later this year. This is backwards. I don't disagree. Pascal Maynard. One of the most ridiculous things Wotc did in a long time. It just sounds like they actually have no plan. Then they found out beta draft was popular for viewers, so they last minute made up this mess. Gabby Spatz, resident victim, Magic Shill. Wotc's intentions with this tournament are good, but it's demotivational and frustrating for players who devote their lives to this game. Seth Manfield. Literally none of the pros are happy about this. Rather than focusing on the many struggling MTG pros, Wizards decides to make a gimme event for well-established gamers who are already well off. It's a judgment call. I hope their same generosity with Silver Showcase also gets reflected into pro benefits next year. I don't think it will. You can read an article about BBD wrote where he talks about this. He says, despite all that, still raises the question to see $150,000 tournament where A lot of money is being given out to people who don't even play Magic anymore, who just started playing the game. Was that money reallocated from reducing pro perks? Is this in some way feels like a betrayal of trust? Professional Magic players are now earning less guaranteed benefits in order to be able to get more from tournament winnings, and the best paying tournament of all time isn't even entirely for us. Keep in mind that $150,000 is the amount giving away to only 8 players, while the pinnacle of professional Magic, the Pro Tour, pays out $250,000 in total split among over 400 players. It makes one wonder whether it's worth continuing to play professional Magic when Wotc's always trying to reinvest guaranteed money to pros elsewhere and is interested in creating tournaments marketing players from outside the game instead of their own players. The blunt answer is it's not. To be fair, it's never been worth it to play professional Magic from a financial standpoint, but things have only gotten worse. He's not wrong. Being a professional Magic player is not a path to riches. Now, the best Magic players are the ones that monetize the spotlight that the Pro Tour gives them. I'd be willing to bet guys like Travis Wu and these guys that are running their training programs make more from that than they ever make traveling for the Pro Tour. And that is the problem. The Pro Tour shouldn't really travel. It should have fewer events, and it should be a bigger deal when it happens. I, on the other hand, completely understand why they're doing this. The purpose of bringing in Hearthstone pros is to market Magic to a wider audience. They want Amaz's fans watching this draft. The problem is, they know nothing about Magic. They're going to be watching him play an unknown format and not even it's not Magic. Rochester Draft is not Magic as it's sold and played by traditional Magic players. They should have made this about draft or a sealed deck or something that would inspire people to run out and go buy Magic the Gathering cards, not simply paying these people just to show up. They saw the views they got with the beta draft at GP Vegas, and that's the only reason they're doing this. It doesn't make sense for triple beta Antiquities Legends Arabians Night Rochester draft. The draft will take forever. It's not going to be exciting to watch, and it's going to be a failure. And worst of all, they are putting enormous amounts of money into this. $150,000 into an event that will be watched by just a few people. I don't think you're going to get the return on investment that you would get simply to fly Amaz out. You pick 5 top Hearthstone streamers and you give them special invites to the Pro Tour all year long. I mean, you're paying at minimum, basically, $12,500 plus the cost of these packs, which is thousands of dollars to host this event, to promote a game that most Magic players, 99.999% of Magic players, will never play. Nobody is ever going to open a beta pack. Nobody is ever going to draft beta. Why in the hell would you put all this money into an event that nobody is going to go out and be able to replicate? Watching somebody open a Power 9 card on camera is extraordinarily exciting, but you're going to lose all the emotion when the player that's opening it isn't even keeping the card. You should let them open the cards. So when they open a piece of Power or they open something, then they have that reaction. They freak out. You couldn't buy the marketing that you got over the Foil Goifgate incident from Grand Prix Vegas a few years ago. Why was it a controversy? Because a player chose to keep a $400 card over a card that increased his deck's winning percentage by 0.0% or 0.02%. This is how you get players into the game. You show them something exciting like that. When the player who's opening the valuable card doesn't even care because they don't get to keep it, you're not going to get the reaction. You're not going to get that good video. The crowd's not going to care because the card's just going off to charity, and all of us can't afford to buy it anyway. So it's stupid. So if they should open some incredible Power 9 card, then it's just going to go into the hands of a high-end collector anyway. What were they thinking? And from the optics of it, I completely understand why they invited who they invited. These are people that have an audience, all right? Hopefully they bring their audience with them, but it really hasn't worked thus far, has it? Grand Prix Vegas attendance was down nearly 25%, and you had every single e-celebrity you could on site. What would Brian Kibler do if he was there? Brian Kibler's attendance of a pro tour will not sell tickets. Nobody cares about Brian Kibler. He has his fans, okay, that watch him do things, but he's not bringing in people. He just isn't. This is a colossal waste of money, and nothing against Brian Kibler and his far left beliefs. Nothing against him. Nothing against Amaz. Should I judge Amaz just because he makes a better living playing Hearthstone? No. If you're going to have a premier event, these are the people you bring in. But you don't have them open up beta packs. That's stupid. Or if you're going to do it, at least make it matter. Put some stakes on it. Have the slow roll of the pack opening so people can see it and get excited watching a player open a $10,000 or $20,000 card on camera. Take it from a guy who built an entire YouTube channel opening up packs. I think I know a little something about it. Me opening a Mox Ruby millions of views. Open boosters opening that Black Lotus, millions of views. That's what you do. That's why it's important. If it's just some collector cracking it, flipping it aside, or somebody who doesn't have any personal connection to the card, it's going to be boring to watch. You alienate the pros. You have statements like Brian Doohan saying, over the past few years, Wotc removed hotel perks, lessened appearance fees, tried to cut them all together, and changed to a volatile pro system. Now they are throwing a lot of money into an event featuring Hearthstone streamers. Will Pro Magic even exist in 5 years? It's hard to say. These guys are getting older, and the audience for hardcore pro paper Magic is shrinking. The only thing that they can hope to save them is Arena, and that is hope that I don't have.